And Wreaths Across America made its stop at Hermon on Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day today, with a ceremony honoring those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. The convoy arrived at 11:30 outside of the entrance of Hermon High School, with the wreath-laying ceremony taking place inside the school's gymnasium. Performances were given by the school's band and show choir, and a challenge coin exchange took place between the school's junior ROTC members and Gold Star families. Guest speaker and Representative Jim Thorne says the event helps teach the next generation while also honoring those who came before and those who are currently serving.
It's a positive. We call it a positive. We can't change the past, right? So what we do is we just pay tribute to those that have gone before us and those that are protecting us so that we can have the freedoms and liberties that we experience in our communities. And this is just a way to, stop and think about those and pay tribute and thank them for their service.
Wreaths Across America is making additional stops at Gardner, Portland, and Biddeford today and tomorrow, followed by a parade through York Village. The nonprofit will be finishing in Arlington, Virginia on December 13th.